Welcome everybody to Life in the World to Come. I fucking straight up forgot that I had a podcast this week. I just kind of forgot. We did another solo up last week because Will was busy with tour announcement stuff, and then Will went on vacation to that timeshare that he was talking about a couple of months ago. And I probably should have asked when he was going to be back. And I just kind of didn't. I just kind of didn't do that. I just kind of didn't do the scheduling. And now it's Saturday. And an episode needs to go up. So we're doing another one of these. Doing another solo episode. Not in my car this time. Just in my apartment. With my air conditioning just kind of going. Providing white noise in the background. That'll be good, I bet. That'll be good to have. Okay, so, yeah, this one's definitely actually going to be a half hour. I keep threatening to have these be a half hour long. And then I never do. But this one is, I think. Because I do need to just kind of get this one done. I have a lot of stuff to do today. Listen, sometimes the solo episodes are an unexpected little treat where it's like, oh wow, you know, like Chris really, I don't fucking know. Chris did an okay job this time. You know, I thought this would just kind of be, I thought this was like a consolation prize, but actually there's some pretty funny bits in this and Chris did a good job. That's not what this one is. This one is making sure that an episode comes out on Sunday so that I don't have to feel like we missed an episode. Although, we could totally just miss an episode. I don't know whose standard I'm living up to right now. No one would be mad. Actually, that's not true. The last time we missed an episode, like, 30 people messaged me to be like, is the podcast ending? So, yeah. Let's do it. We're gonna do some questions. I just spit all over my phone. Let me wipe the spit off my phone. Let's see if it, No, we're good. Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into questions. Let's do some questions. Let's have a nice little time to just to tide you all over for another week. And then I can spend the rest of the day staring at a Pages document trying to figure out how to finish chapter 7 of Revelator. Just what the fuck? What do I do? Okay, yeah. This is all keepable. The theme of this episode is that it's all keepable no matter what. I really hope that my air conditioning doesn't ruin this. I'm not going to listen in case it does, because again, I can't stress this enough. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping all of it. Okay, let's do this. Okay, first question. What kinds of new aphrodisiacs will exist in the world to come? It's a sexy little question from Ningy. 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 I don't know why I fixated on that for a second. Normally the names are not something that I lock onto, but there's something about Ningy that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know about your name. So, what kind of aphrodisiacs will exist in the world to come? None. There won't be any. It won't be necessary. I mean, you can still eat, like, chocolate and clams and whatnot, and, like, some spicy peppers, and maybe have, like, a big reaction to all that. But it's like, you'll still get sweaty, and you'll have confusing feelings that you won't understand. But that's just it. You won't understand them because they won't have any place in your regular life, you know? You'll eat some clams and get real horned up, and you'll be like, what is happening to me? What is happening to my body? Because sex has nothing to do with arousal now. You're gonna have a special, like a sack. Not your regular sack if you're a male. A new sack. A new bespoke sack that'll kind of grow out of the side of your stomach. Not unlike a colostomy bag. And that'll kind of fill up with jism that your partner will kind of inject into their own sack. Their own kind of compatible sack. You know, we're gonna generate entirely new sexual organs, leaving the current ones to just kind of shrivel and atrophy into nothingness. And there isn't any, like, there's no pleasure involved in the new school of sex, but yeah, because there doesn't need to be, like, there's no evolutionary incentive for us to make more people, because that's just more competition. You don't want more competition. Everyone's saying, there's this common misconception about the apocalypse that the most important thing in the world is to repopulate the earth. No, absolutely not. Populating the earth is how we got ourselves into this mess. You got to underpopulate the earth. You got to. The whole point of the apocalypse is to just, like, bring the populations down to a reasonable level and then keep them there. And a good way of keeping them there, taking all the pleasure out of sex. It's just a weird pouch that you take the semen out of. Maybe in like a syringe or something, but also you probably just squirt it out, and there's no pleasure involved, and you just kind of and when you need a baby for, like, chores and stuff, then you can make it. Then you use that. But yeah, no, like, there's nothing you can eat that gets you horny. Or I mean, like I said, there is, but, like, it's not, it's a different thing, right? Yeah. You're just gonna get, like, sweaty, and that weird thing between your legs that you've forgotten what it is or what it was for or what its use is. That strange shriveled little snake that just kind of dangles, about to fall off, like a shriveled raisin, like a shriveled grape between your thighs, about to fall off the vine. That thing will kind of, you'll eat some spicy peppers and clams. Some spicy clams, and it'll, like, it'll dance around, it'll twitch, it'll do some stuff. But yeah, it's not, whether or not you could say that you're aroused is a matter of argument, I guess. Okay, sure. Yeah, okay, yeah. All right, dear responsible men who decided to make a podcast instead of paying more to the economy. What do you mean? What does that mean? What am I being accused of right now? Dear responsible men who decided to make a podcast instead of paying more to the economy. What? I'm just trying to, like, parse that. Instead of, like, I mean, if it has the energy of, you guys don't have real jobs, energy. You know what it is? But, like, but that's not what you're saying. Like, you're saying, why aren't you paying more money to the economy instead of doing a podcast? Why aren't you? I guess, like, the implication being that if we weren't doing the podcast, we would be out, paying for goods and services, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're saying, and I'm not even gonna address your question. Next. All right. Next question. What will happen to redheads in the world to come? As a redhead myself, I'm emotionally invested in this. Hope it's something really cool. So, okay. So this is my friggin' bone that I need to pick with redheads. And I can feel all you redheads kind of fucking tensing up, being like, "Oh, here it comes. Here come the ginger jokes. Here come the joke. We talking about how we don't have souls and stuff. Or, oh, I'm so weird. I'm so ugly. Oh, because of my red hair. Ooh, hey, what the fuck are you all talking about? What do you mean? Can I just say, I've never once in my whole life met a redhead who, A, wasn't hot, and B, didn't know it. You know what I mean? Like, they all, like, they're making jokes. They're, like, making all the jokes about, I'm a ginger. Oh, I don't have a... You're always... I've never met a redhead who wasn't, like, popular. You know what I mean? Like, these are fucking... Like, they're all... I don't know. Maybe this is like just like a weird warped experience that is like just me. But like, fuck it, redheads, you rule the world. You don't understand. The only reason that we've yet to have a redhead president is because someone, maybe redheads, has been poisoning the confidence of redheads. Maybe it was South Park. I don't know. But like, gee, like you have no idea what a gift you have. People fucking dye that shit to look like that. It's fucking awesome. When I was a child, anytime I would make a character in a video game, I would make them a redhead. I don't know why I would do it. I think just because you people are better than us. You got cool hair, and I suspect that you're also stronger and faster and more powerful. So what's going to happen to redheads? I don't know. Like the same stuff that's happening to everybody else, because there's no difference. You just have cooler hair than me. And honestly, I'm pissed about it. Every ginger I've ever met has been a little bit magic. You know what I mean? Like you look in there, like, I don't know, is that weird? This isn't like a weird leprechaun thing. And I'm Irish, so it's fine. Look, listen, but I've never met a redhead who I didn't like look into their eyes and like see a spark of genius in it. You know what I mean? Like they're always like I don't know what I'm saying. The point is, listen, one, that episode of South Park came out so many years ago. It's crazy if people are still giving a crap about it. And two, fucking, like, I don't know. You're gonna be fine. You have cool hair, and that's it. I'd enjoy having cool hair, I guess. All right. Dear Chris and Will, I have a racist great uncle who has most likely other unsavory opinions. What will happen to him and other old racist white men in the world to come? All right, I know what you're thinking. I know you're thinking, oh, he's gonna get shot with like a cannon. He's gonna get turned into, I don't know, like a big pile of poop. No, because there's room for everyone. There's room for everyone to have dignity in the world to come. Your great uncle will turn into a beautiful tree, a great and beautiful oak. And the important part about that is you can't forget this, is that it doesn't have a mouth. It's going to be a strong, proud, and beautiful oak with no mouth, so that it can't say any of this stuff that it's thinking about. And it also doesn't have like neurons and stuff. It doesn't have like a brain, you know, in the way that we would think about it. So it can't have like conscious thought, yeah? Like it can't have, you know, it can't think about how it doesn't like people who aren't like it. And that's great, you know? So basically what we've done is we've taken all of the they don't tell you this as a solution for racism, but you can cure a racist by turning them into a tree, you know? Everything that makes a racist goes away once they become a tree. So just turn them into a beautiful tree. I think that's enough for this one. I think that's enough. That's enough for this one. Okay, next question. Okay, dear Chris and Will, in partial credit of the new Borderlands movie coming out, me being a big fan of Borderlands, will I need any knowledge from the games in the world to come? Listen, I didn't really ever get into those, to be totally honest. It was like, it seemed to be, you know, like the big draw of those games seemed to be like, wow, look how many guns there are. Look how many cool guns you can get. And as someone who has the worst first-person shooter aim of anyone who's ever lived, like, I can only play first-person shooters if it's either A, not really a first-person shooter like Fallout, or B, there's, like, heavy use of time dilation mechanics. like in Cyberpunk, and I guess also Fallout. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I shouldn't have answered this one. But because of the way that I'm recording this, I can't really go. But I mean, I could go back and edit it out, but I won't. So yeah, just keep moving. It's not going to be like. I mean, it might be like Borderlands. I don't know. I didn't really. I got like an hour into those games. Yeah. Okay. The joy of solo episodes. All right. Yeah. Okay. Next question. All right. Hey, Chris and Will. I ate grilled cheese, but I still hunger. Any advice for the world to come? Yes. Eat more grilled cheese. Eat more grilled cheese until the hunger abates. And if the hunger does not abate, then become comfortable with the idea that perhaps grilled cheese cannot sate your hunger. Perhaps you have more. You have in your time in the wasteland. After all of the death and depravity you've seen, you have developed more complex tastes. Like sushi. That's a good joke, huh? That's a pretty fun joke. You know, because sushi's like kind of an acquired taste. I mean, I could make this a cannibalism thing, but I've just dipped my toe in that well too many times, and it just like, it feels hack, you know? I mean, you know, and listen, what a privileged position to be in, but like, I'm at a point where talking about you know, ripping flesh from human bones feels hack. Feels like it's been done before by me. So I gotta get it. Listen, yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for this one, but that's okay. You know, it's okay that I don't have an answer for this one because that's not the point of this. If you're still listening to the podcast at this point, you're an idiot. What are you doing? Stop. That's not what this is for. I'm filling space. I'm creating. This is the purest it's ever been. I am creating content right now. Stuffing, filler, just padding, you know? This is like just air inside of the bag of chips to make you not realize how few chips I put in the bag. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't have to be good. Sometimes the episode just has to come out. All right, okay. All right, next question. Okay, hey Chris and Will, how are you guys? I'm fine. I'm just kind of laying in bed at 8:45 in the morning, kind of trying to hammer this out so I can go about my day. I haven't eaten breakfast yet, so I am pretty hungry, but you know, I'm doing okay. I don't really, you know, I feel like Will's probably doing good. I think he's getting home today. Not in time for us to record an episode, but you know, he's been out doing his thing. Yeah. Oh, and there's a question. Okay. I'm a 3D animator. I'm starting to wonder whether or not my job will be in high demand or not needed at all. What kinds of new entertainment will there be in the world to come? What will go out of style? Well, listen. Okay, so it's never fun when you just have to serve someone up a no, you know? Like, I always want to be like, oh, yeah, no, like, there's probably some overlap there. Like, there's some, like, sure, your skills might not be directly applicable anymore, but you can probably pick and choose. No, 3D animator, you're fucked. You've been wasting so much time. I mean, you do cool stuff now, but I'm checking my watch, probably, like, I don't know, 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 days, something like that. None of that expertise is going to be relevant at all anymore. It's going to be completely useless. As far as I can tell, as far as I can see, if I focus, the most prevalent form of entertainment in the world to come is probably going to be spooky limericks. Just kind of like strange, haunting limericks that you don't even like see the person who's performing them, you know? You're just walking through the kind of like the shell of a town, just like the bombed out remains of a town, completely alone, a cold wind at your back, and you just kind of hear just kind of whistling through the rubble, and you're not sure, maybe it's the wind, maybe it's not, but you just hear like a spooky little, and I'm not going to come up with one right now. I probably could have paused and, I don't know, maybe like written a spooky little limerick, but you can imagine. Listen, I say spooky limerick. We all know exactly what that means. Like a spooky limerick that a ghost would say. You know? Something that feels like innocent and playful, but in like a tone and context that makes you feel like it's not, you know? You ever it's the kind of thing where like you hear something that's warm and it makes you feel cold. That kind of thing, right? Just like a spooky limerick. And those are going to be all the rage. You're going to be hearing lots of those. You know, walking through towns, as you're drifting off into slumber, while you're slumbering, deep inside your dreams. You're not going to be able to stop thinking about them. And who's going to be making these? Nobody knows. No one knows. Very few people even speak English anymore. They just communicate with like grunts and body language. They don't even understand it, right? No one knows where these limericks are coming from. But they're there, and they're beautiful, and they're very spooky. All right. Okay, we're at 21. We got. I can keep doing this for 10 more minutes. Okay, let's do that. Let's fucking do it. Fucking yeah. Fucking get it done. You're just stalling for time. You're just stalling for time. At this point, you're just making noises to stall for time, and it's pathetic, and you should be ashamed. Okay. Recently, it has come to my attention that my nose gets stuffy and my skin itchy every time I'm near my beloved cat. I'm scared that I might be allergic to him because I love him very dearly and I don't know what to do. What kinds of typical symptoms of cat hair allergies as a whole in the world to come? So, I don't know, man. Like, have you considered that, like, your cat might just be training you? You know what I mean? Like, you get close to your cat, it gets harder to breathe. That kind of sounds like fucking altitude training to me. You know? I'm trying to make your lungs stronger. This is the problem with this new generation, okay? Is that no one's willing to feel uncomfortable. We're addicted to the fucking short-term endorphin loops, and we can't. No one's willing to fucking go out there and work for a living, suffer a little bit. You know what I mean? And your cat is trying to bring that into your life. A house cat is a symbol of opulence and luxury. Okay, it's a house cat is unlike the proud and noble loyal dog. The house cat is a symbol of everything that is soft and weak about our modern civilization. Okay, they sit there waiting to be pampered. They don't do it. Like, if you have a cat, that means that your life is good, right? Is that like your life is doing good enough that you can just that you can afford to have your resources siphoned by a thing that will not love or thank you for it. And I think it's actually like it's pretty, and you know, like if you have a cat, your life is pretty. You probably got a pretty okay life, right? So like, I think it's actually very considerate of your cat to try to bring you a little bit more struggle in. This has always been kind of the purview of cats. Like, cats can see that, right? You know, like if a cat's in your life, your cat knows, like, listen, you got the goods and you can give it to me. Like, I know that your life is great, so I don't feel bad if I make your life more difficult. That's the sort of the outlook that I feel a lot of cats have. So, what the fuck was I saying? The fuck was I saying about cats? I'll get it again. Don't worry, I'll figure it out. I'll catch it. I'll figure out what it was I was saying. So, listen. So yeah, like it's like, listen. So the point is, if you have a cat, you have an easy life, and I think you actually have a good cat. That this cat is like, you know, is like making your skin itch and your lungs close up when you're around him. Okay. Because you need that. You need that struggle. You need that. You need to suffer in order for life to taste as sweet as it could possibly taste. You know? It's like we were talking about in that nicotine episode, right? It's like smoking cigarettes is like wearing tight shoes so that you can have the pleasure of taking them off at the end of the day. And that was like supposed to be a thing that like demonstrates how dumb smoking is, but every time I hear that, I'm like, that's such a good idea. I should start wearing tight shoes. And it sounds like your cat is a tight shoe, you know? Only I guess it's a tight shoe that you never get to take off. See, it's actually in some ways it's a step up from the tight shoe, because in this situation it's like, you know, you're not wearing a tight shoe because you know, so that you can have the pleasure of taking it off at the end of the day. You're wearing the tight shoe because you deserve to have tight shoes. You deserve it. You need that in your life. You need to suffer in order to give your life meaning. So you fucking bind your feet as tight as you can. And you nuzzle your face into your cat and breathe in all of its dander. And if sniffing a cat can kill you in the world to come, for sure, if sniffing a cat can kill you, then maybe that's for the best. Maybe that's what needs to happen. I always do feel a little weird every time I'm just like, you know, I just say someone deserves to die. But what am I going to do? Break kayfabe? Okay, our next question. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Hi, Chris and Will. I've found out that trying to make connecting flights is awful, and I'm currently very sad in the Chicago airport watching my plane leave without me. Will airports be this annoying in the world to come? So here, this is the thing about airports, right? Like I feel like this is kind of the thing that I think about airports that makes them so stressful and so unpleasant, is the lack of control. You're in a big, confusing situation where the whole, like, the environment feels very big and you are made to feel very small. And like they they keep kind of reinforcing, and like, this isn't like good or bad, but they kind of like, they keep reinforcing this idea that like you are small and like and unimportant, and that you don't have control here, and that you need to shut up and do what you're told. And that is, and listen, in that context, that kind of does make sense, because airplanes are very dangerous, and like, you know, it could maybe be like, I'm answering this too seriously at this point. Listen, the point is that like, it's lack of control. That's what it is. That's what sucks about airplanes, is the fact that you don't have any control over the experience. You know, you show up at the airport and then you're in God's hands. It's like you know, you get to your terminal, and then you know, you're done. There's nothing else that like you can do to control your experience. You know, at that point you just get on the plane, and then the plane takes off when it takes off, and it either lands or it doesn't. You know, like there's no control. And so, and in the world to come, you're gonna have to lasso those planes yourself. And does that sound hard? Sure. Is it difficult? Yeah. Is it dangerous? Absolutely. But you have control. No one's gonna tell you. You know, no one's gonna tell you how many carry-ons you can bring, whether or not you can, like, you know, whether or not you're allowed to get on the flight, because you're not asking permission. You know, you're getting on there, and you're gonna have to already have an airplane just to be able to keep up with them, keep up with the other airplanes as they stampede across the prairie. But, you know, you're going to be riding atop the back of an airplane, lassoing another, kind of jumping onto that other airplane. It tries to buck you off, and you just gotta rub its neck and be like, shh, easy, girl, easy. And then you can go to fucking Tampa or wherever it is you're going. And that'll be pretty cool. You can't sit inside though. You can't sit inside. You have to ride on the back of it on a saddle like a cowboy. And And it does. Listen, this all sounds hard and dangerous, but you're thinking about it, and you're like, that would be good, you know. You're thinking like try to imagine all of what I just described not being a positive experience, not being at least better than the last time that you went to the airport. Exactly. All right, so it's been fuck it. 30. It's good enough for a solo up, especially the second solo up in a row. Thanks everybody for listening to Life in the World to Come. If you enjoyed this, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/lifeintheworldtocome. You can buy our merch at lifeintheworldtocome.bigcartel.com. I'm gonna put some more merch on the store soon. I'm saying that aloud in a public setting so that I actually do it. Because if I don't put new stuff on the store, then the store doesn't make any fucking money. So I need to do that occasionally. Okay. So, and was that all the things? Fuck. Our intro and outro music is We Are the Hellhounds by the Taxpayers. And if you want to ask us a question, you can do that on our Discord, which you can find in the description. Or you can send us an email at lifeintheworldtocome@gmail.com. All right. Well, it was nice talking to you. But I'm going back to bed, I think, for a little bit. It's 9 a.m. And and it's Saturday and I'm going back to bed. All right. Well, okay. Goodbye.